I know you like. I know I've been kind of keeping tabs on you guys, and we'll talk about Kuleana, and if we can get to that. But we might just camp out on Aloha a little bit more. And so everybody say Aloha. Aloha. So when people say, one of the things is, and I appreciate when people come and they learn, because what we are sharing with you is very spiritual and is very sacred. And I appreciate. So when we talk about Aloha, we have two words, right? Comes from the first word, what? Alo, which means what?
Face to face.
Yes. Or face, or front, or present. Be present. Everybody say present.
Present.
And when we talk about presence, being present or being alo, like DJ, right? AJ. So, now check this out. You have to observe real good. So, AJ, where are you from? And what's the city? Where?
Vernon, New Jersey.
You have keys?
I don't have keys on me.
Married? Are you married?
I'm not married. Oh, kids.
I don't.
Not on me.
I'm not married.
I got that one. Yeah, I got it. And is that Baltimore? What is that?
Yeah, it's there.
But you're from like New York.
Yes.
Baltimore or New York?
You're from New York.
New Jersey, yeah. Close.
Where?
Close. It's like Lahaina and the other side of the island.
So, what was that? What did you say?
It's like Lahaina and the other side of the island. New Jersey is close.
Okay. Did anybody notice me?
Yeah.
Present or not present?
Not
What was I
present.
doing?
Did
Did you see me playing with my watch?
Yeah.
I was kind of looking. I looked away a lot. You know, I wasn't really listening to him. You know, I heard he say New Jersey, but then I say New York, and he said he's being nice and say, oh yeah, you know. That's what he said. You know what I mean? But I got it. But notice I wasn't present. See, one of the key factors about this is alo is being present. And we're going to talk about that a little bit, you know, in the gesture of the honi. I know you guys passed the honi around, and Paulo gave me permission to go and just to continue on that stream. Yeah, because repetition brings?
No.
It really does. It really does. And so, alo, first of all, being present, okay? Being squared up to somebody like this, look, yeah? Shoulders squared up. Okay.
He's on fire.
He's still on fire. Okay, but see, being present and talking to someone, being present in somebody's presence is very vital to aloha. How many have ever heard it before? Aloha means hi, bye, you know, good wishes and all that stuff. Well, it really doesn't mean that. However, the essence of this is, ready? Definitely something you want to greet somebody with, and definitely something you want to leave somebody with. How are we doing? Awesome. And it's a gift. It's also a commitment. When you say aloha, when you say I love you, you know, there's a lot of guys throwing love around the world, yeah? You know, look at this. I love Lahaina, not so much. I love, you know, and then someone can say, well, I love my dog, I love poi, I love pizza, you know, I love good weather, I love swimming, and I love God, and I love, you know, and I love my wife, or I love my girlfriend. And you know, it's like, oh, you know, how's the girlfriend, or my wife? It says, you know, I'm right there next to dog and poi. You know what I mean? You know, and when we talk about it, thank you for laughing. And so, because I know you're present, so when we talk about alo is so big because we're talking about, you know, being present, being with you. You know what I mean? I can tell. Because, you know, when I speak, I do a lot of public speaking, but you know how many people, raise your hand if you ever worry about, like, when a speaker comes, he's going to be boring. Guess what? I was worried, too, that you were going to be boring. I'm still finding out. Pretty good so far. Okay. But isn't that deep? Okay. Ha. Everybody say ha.
Ha.
Ha is vital. Ha is divine breath. Everybody say divine breath.
Divine breath.
It's not your breath, although you can have it. But the origin is divine. Everybody say origin is what?
Divine.
Yes, so origin is supernatural. It has a supernatural origin. You understand? So it's not from you, but you can have it. How are we doing? But
Good.
it's not from you. It doesn't come from you, but it can come through you. You understand? And there's a saying that says if Keakua can get it through you, he can get it to you. If you can be a blessing, be a comfort, and be a help to someone else, then you'll get helped. Yeah? When water flows through a pipe, the pipe gets wet. You understand? And so if Dallas says, "What today? I'm going to take this beautiful pikaki perfume and I'm going to make everybody smell good." So he goes out and he puts a little bit on everybody. Guess what? And he's not worried about himself. But he comes home and I go, "What a smell wonderful." You smell good. It's what you put on yourself. Nothing. What? Nothing, but I never put nothing on myself. All I did was made everybody else smell good. How are we doing?
Good.
You know, there's a lot of people out in the world today. They go, my kids aren't allowed to. They're not allowed to be bored. Because if you're bored in my house, you say, "Oh, I'm bored." And my kids, "No. Oh, what are you doing?" "Oh, I'm bored." They go, "No, don't tell me I'm bored." "Shh." They're like, "What? Don't say that in the house." Wow. My dad will have us pulling weeds. We'll be painting the church. If you're bored, find something to do. And the other thing we're not allowed to do. And so, anyways, I'm going to move on. I'll come back to the other part. So, Ha is what? Has its divine origin. Yes? Now, Ha is also breath. So, everybody say breath.
Breath.
So, it has the dynamic of breath, right? So, what do we mean by dynamic?
Motion.
Yes, motion. The aerodynamics, how it moves through the air, or the dynamics of a German engineering, right? So, how it moves? So, what is the dynamics of breath? What are some obvious ones? What?
In and out.
In and out. Inhale, exhale, right? So it's a give and take, right? Okay. What else? Is it sporadic? Is it irrational? Or is it regular? Is it rhythmic?
Hot.
Huh?
Hot.
It's hot. It's warm. Okay, good. How about, is it rhythmic? Or is it sporadic?
It's rhythmic.
Rhythmic.
Depends.
Dark.
Okay. Healthy breath.
Fail.
Is healthy breath rhythmic?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so check this out. So here. Yeah? It's rhythmic. So, how about this?
It's like you're down an airplane.
Come on. All right. Houston, we have a problem. How about this?
We get the oxygen tank.
What's that called? Childbirth.
That's what I was thinking.
And so, check this out. I got a little head rush. Give me a couple minutes. No, I'm just kidding. So, no, but it is, bro. I started getting a little dizzy, But why? Huh? It's irregular. It's not healthy. It's not. Right? So, how come probably most of us at this table do that, right, with our love? Have you ever been in a situation where you were doing all the loving and nobody was loving you in return? Or how about you were doing all the taking and you weren't going to give you much? Oh, come on.
The first one. No, I've done both. We all have.
Yeah. How about it? Anybody, raise your hand if you've ever been in a relationship with the opposite sex.
What?
Okay? Have you ever been accused of giving too much or not enough?
Yeah.
Or when you guys say you're getting marriages, and you get the woman, and you're the taking care of all the kids, and you're like, how about some me time? I've been giving and cooking, cleaning and loving and giving and paying and packing and killing, cracking crabs and climbing coconut trees and killing fish. And what about me? I want some me time. You guys see that movie, Medea Goes to Jail? You see that?
Oh, snap.
Tyler, I don't watch Tyler Perry.
You don't watch that? She was like, what about some me time? She goes, me time? Hey, you don't have any me time. I had some me time when I was slapping that stripper pole every night to put food on the table. I never had me time. All right. So, how are we doing?
Good.
We're talking about aloha. Alo being what?
Face-to-face presence.
Present.
Presence.
Being present, being alo, right? Face or front, being present. Ha is what?
Divine breath.
Breath. Yeah, where is its origin?
Divine.
Yes, divine or supernatural. It has supernatural origins. Isn't that beautiful? So, now, when we talk about this now, when we talk about ha, now we put aloha, it is what yours is mine, what mine is yours. You enter into a relationship, and now it's the initiation of a pono relationship, or what is right. Because, you know, to have aloha, to have love, to have that respect, to have that verb in our life, that we do things that are kind, we do things that are warm, we do things that are loving, we put others first, you know. I'm really blessed. My dad, if you came into our house, he would feed you. I won't tell about the other things he used to do, because he used to do a lot of crazy things. He would make sure you had plenty to drink, and he would plenty to eat, and he would bring things home with you. AJ, if you said, oh, Uncle, I like that picture, you know what he would do? While you're eating, he would wrap it up, and on your way out, he would give it to you. My dad was like that. And that was aloha. It was putting other people's first. Now, when you talk about aloha, aloha is, you ready? Is it two-sided? Aloha is not two-sided. People think it is, but it's not. See, aloha is the initiation, it's the initiation of love. It's you being present, you doing the act of love. Okay? You loving. You understand? It's not. So, but the goal is this thing called, if you want to write it down, aloha ke kahi I ke kahi. Yeah, that's an old proverb. Okay, it's called a olelo no e au. It's a wise saying. Aloha ke kahi I ke kahi. You know what that means? Love one another. How you doing? You give, you know, it's like Portuguese saw. You know what Portuguese saw is? You know the saw? You know when they cut down the trees, the lumberjacks? Ready? They call it, I give you, you give me. I give you, you give me. I give you, you give me. I give you, you give me, until the tree falls down. How we doing? Right? I give you, you give me, until the job is done. How we doing?
Good.
It's a saw. And so, when we talk about this, okay, so you can argue this, and that's okay. But aloha is one. Because I tell you, when my kids were born, you ready? They were loving me. I was loving them. When my firstborn, Joshua, was born, I was crying like a baby, I was shaking. And it was like a spiritual issue, bro. It was like a spiritual thing, right? And I remember holding him, I was thinking, how can I love somebody so much that I just met? I mean, we weren't even sure on his name, but I loved him. And somebody came in and said, "You're the baby!" I'll go, right here, brother. Shoot me, I would gladly lay my life down. I would die for this baby, right now. And guess what? The baby never do nothing for me. Never said thank you, never said please, never had manners. You know, all my boys, she in my mouth. He in my mouth. Every one of my I've had hummus. I remember like changing diapers and had diarrhea, hummus and a kind and a kind. You know what I mean? Squid luau and all of a sudden my wife was like, "What is that?" On your forehead. I said, "Oh my goodness, this is crap."
Squid
And I
luau.
hate. And check this out. I hate being crapped on, and I don't like shisha. And guess what? Guess what?
You
It
still
didn't matter.
love them.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Because I loved it. They wouldn't do nothing. My kid didn't so, what you doing tonight, Dad? Well, I was thinking about waking up and eating at like 3 o'clock in the morning. If it's okay with you, can I have some? They didn't care. They just cry. They didn't care what time it was. They didn't care if I had any sleep. They didn't care. All they wanted is want. And guess what? I loved unconditionally. It wasn't two-sided. It was one-sided. You understand? You guys understand? But aloha kekahi is what I believe that we enter into. Okay? Now let's go. Are you guys okay with this? Can everybody teach this right now? Aloha. Yeah? Aloha is what?
Present.
Okay. Ha is what?
Divine
breath.
breath.
So it's an invocation of being present. It's an initiation of love. Yes? Like the kind. Zeke, kalua. Well, come in here and blessing you with a cake and stuff. That was awesome. That touched me, you know. And it says a lot about him. It says a lot about you guys. You know, that he thought enough about you to do that. That was aloha. Right? He unselfishly came and blessed you. And we got all blessed too, right? Because I'm going to have another piece. But you guys understand. Okay, ready for this? So what is aloha? It's the initiation of love. Are you okay with that? Okay, it's one-sided. But there's provision for the other side. And you know what it's called? It's called Mahalo. Okay? Look at it. So what is ma? Ma means in or towards. Yeah? Everybody say uka.
Uka.
Uka is mountain. Okay? So ma, uka, mauka. Go towards the mountain. Yeah? Ma kai, makai. Go what? Towards the ocean, right? Moana, towards the kai. Ma kai. So when you talk about ma, so this is directed inward, right? So still have what? Divine breath. And still?
Present.
Still present. I haven't gone nowhere.
Inward.
I haven't gone nowhere. I'm here. You said, I love you too. You made an act of love and appreciation towards me. I'm still here. And now I ingest it, I validate it, and I give it back to you. Now we have aloha kekahi kekahi. How are we doing? You guys think this is important? This part of culture is important in any culture, in any time of our lives. Yes?
Yes.
How are we doing?
Good.
It's kind of pitiful. Like some people, somebody that made the decisions thought it was cool enough to put this precious, sacred response on rubbish cans. Kind of hurts me, huh? Yeah.
Trash cans.
Trash cans. I understand what it says, you know, you throw things away and you say mahalo. But this is sacred. This is beautiful. And this is something that when we live in a place of mahalo, where I validate you, you know, because I honor each and every one of you guys for being here. And this, look at you guys. You're here, you're hungry, you're sitting around this table, you're listening to something that's very precious to us. It's beautiful. So when we talked about the ha, and to exchange the honi, yeah? And so Uncle shared that, right? You guys went around and you exchanged, Kaipo greeted me. As soon as I walked around the corner, he said, "Oh, Uncle." Right, he greeted me, but I was blessed, I was floored, but I was really honored, you know? And, but here's another thing. I wouldn't just honi anybody. And nowadays, you know, you go to different things, you know, how do you do? Because, you know, there's a lot of culture coming back, so people like this go, hey, how you doing? Hey, good, how you? Some people like chickens nowadays, you know what I'm saying? And you don't know if they're going to come horny or not, because they don't know, man, so. And one time I was with some auntie, I thought she was coming in, all of a sudden she grabbed me by the face and boom, big black one, right on my nose. Planted one right on my nose. I was like, love you, auntie. I was like, oh my goodness. All right, how are we doing?
Good.
So when we talk about, this is the honi, okay? So we have some elements, yeah? You see what I did here? I touched her here. Why? Did Uncle talk about that? When you touch here, you validate something. This is her iwi kua mo'o. This is her, what? Kua.
Spine.
Yeah? And she is makua. She is a parent. She is a parent. Yeah? She's a mom. Makua hine. But makua means strong back. You know, you have a strong back to hold up your kids. Yeah? But this iwi bone, kua mo'o, it means her spine. And it consists of these things called mo'o. That is your, what? Your discs, right? Your spinal discs and your vertebrae. And so, when you touch that, that's a symbol of your genealogy. Here's her mom. Here's her grandma, great-grandma, all the way. You notice they get closer. They get closer. They're close, like it's like one. They call this, in chiropractor, they call this the nipple, yeah? The top, it's the end. So you call it the nipple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it starts getting further and further apart. Just like people, right? See, a lot of people know a little bit about their mom, their dad, or maybe their great-grandparents, but then after that it gets pretty separated, yeah? So, you follow me. I acknowledge her heritage. Her parents I honor them. So when I do it to each one of you, I'll say the same thing to you. I honor where you come from. I honor you, not only your mom, your dad, your grandparents. I acknowledge where you come from. That's valuable, and I get to honor that. You understand? And then we touch this part. This is the lai. Everybody say lai.
Lai.
And so the lai is your forehead, which is your representative of what? There's a lot of things it represents what you're mindful of this. Your kupuna, right? Their heritage. You're also mindful of you being mindful. Okay? Mindful of what you're mindful. Because if your mind is full of bad thoughts towards that person, it's not aloha love. Right? Even if you did something to me and I hold it against you, that's not love. I'm holding something against you. Yeah? I can't hug you and hone you if I'm still holding a spear and a shield. I'm protecting myself. Because if you mess up, I'll jab you. You know what I mean? Right? You notice that? Even with our loved ones, a lot of times, right? We carry this thing called heva. Everybody say heva.
Heva.
Like the wrongdoings in your life, we hold on to it, right? And it keeps us from being operating in aloha love. How are we doing? So then we exchange this breath, yeah? It's called the ihu honi, right? The kiss or the honi from here. This is your best breath. Everybody say best.
Best.
Breath.
Breath.
So this is ha. This is halatosis. Halatosis. This is ha. This is hala. You know what hala means? Pepple. What does hala mean? Well, you know what? How do you say hala? Go. How do you say hala? Hala. Yeah, hala. Hala. How do you say hala? When you say someone said something bad or something, you go, when you smoke keys, you did what?
Aloha.
Oh, hala. You know what that means? Yeah, we say it. We don't know what it means. You know what it means? Ready for this? It means sin. S-I-N. Hala. Isn't that trippy? We all said that, right, growing up. Oh, hala, you're in trouble, hala. You know, that's what it means. A sin. And so this is ha. This is hala. Some people's breath is a sin.
I get it.
Okay.
It all makes sense.
Let's go ahead and pass these gums around. All right, everybody gets a Tic Tac before this exercise. I'm just kidding. Remember, when you come to me, if you're holding something, you look like this, go. That is halal. All right. So, you have to share?